Today I'm going to show you one other thing that we need to do to get your computers prepared to sync and have the files that you need on it, is to install Google Backup and Sync. This is the Windows 10 version of the Google Drive app. What you're looking at right now is my Google Drive, but this is Google Drive on the web. For those of you that have not used Google Drive app before, this is probably all you're familiar with. This is everything that's on the cloud. What we need to do is make sure you have the app installed on your computer so that during our e-learning days, during any time that you would not have internet, that you can still access materials from your classes. So if you go to your little window, you should, and if this does not pop up here, this backup and sync from Google, if that doesn't show up, you probably need to restart your laptop a few times. This was pushed out from tech, so it will be there eventually. You just need to make sure you get all the updates. So I'm going to click on that, and I'm going to click on backup and sync from Google. All right, it's going to bring up this window, and I can click Get Started. And I'm going to sign in. I'm going to be careful that I make sure I use my @jcsc.org email address, then hit Next. If it gives you this option, go ahead and use it as the organizational account. And then type in your password. It's going to go through some options of things that Google Drive and Sync can do for you. And you can choose folders to continuously back up to Google Drive. If you are already frequently using your Google Drive, and you probably don't have too much in here, so you can uncheck these. If you're constantly going to be using on your desktop, which I don't suggest. I suggest always saving things to Google Drive, but then you may want to have those checked. So I would uncheck them and just make it a habit of using Google Drive. And then click Next. And got it. And sync my drive to this computer. Now, this is where you're going to want to be careful, because several of us have been using Google Drive for a long time. So I don't want all 73.9 gigabytes of stuff now downloaded to this laptop, because that's what this part would do. I want to sync only these folders. For students, really, the only thing you want to have synced to stay on this laptop, and in the cloud at the same time, is your Google Classroom folder. So click on that. It should select all of them. This mouse is a little slow, so it's taking a while to do that. So for students, this should be the only tab that you select, unless some of your current teachers have also given you a folder outside of the Google Classroom folder. So the one labeled Classroom is Google Classroom. That's really the only one that you want to have synced for students. Teachers, it will be a little bit different. So then when I hit Start, it is going to install Google Backup and Sync, and it's going to start the setup process, and it's going to start syncing all of that material that I just asked it to from Google Classroom. So click the backup and sync icon to see the menu, and we can look at the status of what they are. So it is still working, and based on the amount of stuff that you have in your Google Classroom folder, it could take a little while for that setup process to happen. So once you've gone through that setup, though, just giving it a little bit of time connecting to the internet should allow it to do it. If you can see here, Backup and Sync, it's preparing right now. Just give it some time because it's got several files that it needs to download. Once you've done that, you followed the instructions from the YouTube video from the other day, then we should be prepared for a pretty smooth school year.